Okay, so this is my Campbell Cooper wax jacket, which I've tried to age, and I've basically put it through the washing machine, messed it up. Obviously that's taken all the wax coating out of it, so it's going to be interesting. Now I've applied a couple of coats of wax already, so you can see it's kind of wax. It's actually quite stiff now, and it's got a slightly white appearance, which I think is the wax that I use, because I didn't use a standard wax like this, although I've got this here. What I did was I used a mix of paraffin and beeswax, which is something I read about on the internet, and it dries a lot thicker. And what I wanted to do was get a bit more of a heavy duty kind of feel, because I find these waxes are, I guess, great for waxing on already waxed coats, but because this has lost all its wax coating, I wanted to try and just get a heavier weight wax, I suppose. So I'm going to see if I can try and get this out. I'm going to go over the jacket with this hairdryer, so just to heat all the wax up, and I think it will get rid of the white marks and break down the wax. I'm going to also use this shoe brush to brush over the coat. So you can just see that as it starts to heat it, the wax starts to melt. So okay, so I've gone over the entire jacket now with the hairdryer, melted that wax back into the jacket. So what I'm going to do is I'm now going to apply some of this without melting it. Usually you would melt that in a thing of hot water, and you can then paint it on, but I've already done that to this jacket and put that. So what I want to do is, I guess, put a sort of finishing wax, and it just leaves a slight shinier finish. It leaves the wax a little heavier on the jacket. I mean, obviously you don't want it too much because you don't want it to be coming off in your hands, but obviously it does wear off as you wear the coat. Okay, so focusing in on this pocket area here, what I'm going to do is just grab some of the wax. I'm just going to rub it into the pocket flap here. So just by rubbing that in. So as you can see, I'm just rubbing it into the fabric. I'm not using the hairdryer, because if I was to use the hairdryer it would melt the wax back in. I'll show you that actually. Maybe I'll be wrong. So that's melted the wax into the jacket, which is fine, but what I want to do is I find actually just the brush works really well for getting into little areas like the seams of the pocket, getting the wax out of that. But yeah, so what I want to do is do that again. Let's flip that up. So I'm just going to rub that liberally over there. It's quite a laborious job, although if you put your mind to it, it can be quite therapeutic. And let's just get this top section done here, just so we've got a nice space to work from. So just rub that in, and because what I've done with this jacket is given it some fairly abusive treatment, it's, you know, I think it's started to get the appearance of a jacket that maybe is a good few years old. What I'm going to do now is just rub that in. what I am going to do is just gently, lightly go over that, not too much. So, not sure whether this camera's picking that up, but you know, you've got the slight difference. This is still waxy, but you know, you've got a nice sheen to that, which I, you know, is quite like. It's got that real waxy look. So what I'm going to do now is just finish off the jacket, do the whole lot like that, see how it comes out. Okay, so I've covered pretty much all the body section. And it's yeah, looking pretty good. I've got to do the arms and turn it over and do the back. So hopefully I've taken it from a fairly average wax jacket to a jacket that's perhaps got a little bit more character to it. The next big test is whether it's waterproof.